and we're talking about what we give rather than what we do, what's going to happen? Recruiting is everything. Where's our recruiting going? So, okay, so let's say if I told you now, Trevor, you give me 3 years, you invest 3 years, next 3 years of your life, and now you got the rest to have fun. Way better. That's all we did. We got to RVP, and it's been fun ever since. Overrides, residual income, just helping the team, okay? So let's look at the next thing here. This is Gary Cornegay with Will Smith. Anybody recognize who he's hanging out with there?
Yes.
Make it a little bit bigger. You see that? We talk about what do we give. What was Gary? So we're talking about going to the ALC, but not just going to the ALC. Going to the ALC so you can hang out with $1 million earners. Gary Cornegay is the next. I mean, let's say he crosses $1 million at the ALC. Don't you want to be there?
Yes.
Don't you want to have your team there?
Yeah.
Why? Because it's what is it what we do or what we give?
What we did.
He's going to talk about what. Wow, let me tell you what Primerica is giving. Is he going to talk about? Yeah, let me show y'all my insurance plan. Let me show you my investment. Let me tell you the freedom that they gave me. The people I can now hang out with. Y'all with me?
Yes.
It's what we give. Look at this. I want you to write this down. A recruit is not a recruit until they have a recruit. Stamp that in your brain. Recruiting is everything, and a recruit. So once I get a recruit, they're not a recruit. Don't even call them a recruit. They're not a recruit until I get them a recruit. A recruit is not a recruit if they're running around here with nobody on their team. Eric, how do we stamp this in people? We got to talk about that. Write this down. Your strength in numbers. I'm gonna explain that a little bit more. I just want that you have that in your. But that's the slogan. Anybody know where's that from? Where I got that banner from? Any basketball fans in the room? Okay. By the end of today, you guys are all going to be basketball fans, but you're not just going to be basketball fans of the Cavaliers like Neva is. You're going to be the basketball fans of the champions who are going to be champions in 2017. Who's going to be a champion in 2017?
The Cavaliers again. Cavaliers again.
I am. Calvin who? I don't even know who's that.
Strength in numbers, Golden State, right?
Golden State.
You win us last year.
Okay, here's another thing I want you to stamp in your brain. Because once you have this down in your own spirit, this is what's going to come out when you start talking to people. Remember I said it is what we give, not what we do, not buy term invested difference, the rule of 72, bank A, bank B. No. I would rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own efforts. That was by J. Paul Getty. To me, that's describing, so 100 people on your team doing one by one. I'd rather that than just me doing one by one. Or me doing 10 by 10, just me. Or me doing 100 by 100, but it's just me. Because what if I fall? What if I get hurt? What if I get sick? What if I get injured? What happens to my income? Okay, look at this one. If you don't find a way to make money while you're sleeping, you'll work until you die. What is it that we do? Rule of 72, buy term, invest in their friends, auto and home, health insurance, but what do we give? Freedom. If you don't find a way to make money while you're sleeping, you'll work till you die. So if we can give you a way to make money while you're sleeping, you don't have to work anymore. What do we give? Freedom. Freedom of time and money. So, have you ever heard of Warren Buffett? Where does he rank on the leaders bulletin when it comes to income in the world? Gary?
Number 3,
Who's number 2?
Bill Gates.
Who's number 1?
Someone in Mexico.
All right. Well, but you talking
They-
about
they trade
way,
places.
way up there, right? By the way, any of those guys, even the guy in Mexico, does he go to? Is he running the 50-50-50 plan?
No.
No.
No. No. Okay. Anybody recognize this young lady? She was on the call last night. What did she say on the call? She said, my income used to be like this, and now it's like this, because I brought a whole bunch of people, I brought a bus full of people to the AALC, and then they worked for, and then they came back, and those people went crazy, and she said, we went to a $50,000 base shop, then a $75,000, and then a $90,000 base shop, and I clicked over $200,000, now I'm at $250,000. Single, doesn't matter.
Right.
So she went over in June, right? When was the AALC? March. 2 months later, over 200,000. And you think about going to the AALC by yourself? That's crazy. I want to give you, it's what we give people. Do you think her life is the same as it was before? No. How about this young man? Anybody recognize him? Anybody heard of Anthony Hines? He's the one who recruited Jackie. Jackie was his replacement. Anthony Hines is a millennial. Jackie's a millennial. Does anyone know? Listen to this though. He went in June. He went over 200,000. He's now over 300. So, what do we do versus what do we give? If I'm in the 50-50-50 plan, Courageous, can I jump from 200,000 to 300,000 in 6 months?
No.
First of all, can I get to 200,000 in the 50? You see what I mean? I think we got to build a case like a lawyer builds a case to why Primerica? Why the Freedom Plan versus the 50-50-50 plan? Is he any different than you? Does he look any different? Does he? No, same neighborhood. He grew up in Philly, right? He got shot twice, I think. Right? I mean, Eric, you could have gotten shot in Brooklyn, right? Easily. It would have been too hard. You grew up in Brownsville. See, Neva, instead of talking about what we do, spend more time talking about what we give. Did this young man's life change?
Yes.
Yeah, let's look at this young lady. Anybody ever saw her?
Oh.
What happened with Tanya? Just recently got her 6th diamond. That's 600,000 in income. Guys, I want to make a case on why you not only need to be at the AALC, but you want to bring people. I really believe in big events. I believe that work is getting people to those big events. That's the work. Doing whatever you got to do and getting them to bring their family and their friends. And then at the event, they're getting recognized. I know you can't wait to get on a kitchen table appointment and do an insurance and investment because you think that's the way you get paid. But that's just a transaction. That's one time. How about getting paid like forever? You get one good recruit and you can override that recruit forever like Pat Bryant overrides David Catan. Or like Larry Weidel overrides Andy Young. One recruit and you get paid for the rest of your life. Think about that for a moment. So Tanya Poe now she went through the list of all the people she has on her team who are now making 200 and 300 and 100, right? That's how her income is going up. It's not like she's out there writing more. She's getting more $100,000 earners. The product is what we give, not what we do. The product is people being successful.
Flow.
And that starts with the one-by-one program.
Tell me to
Okay.
pull the bell out.
Okay, I just want to go through just a couple more. Anybody recognize this person?
Yeah.
Okay, now, this was when they went over their seventh diamond. They're now over their
Can't pull it
eighth.
out. It's not there.
Congrats to the power couple and some of my favorite people in the whole company.
Do me a favor.
This is from Jackie. You know, she put it on the group. Or,
Oh,
what would you, let me ask you a question. If you could give someone the opportunity to make what Collis is making, 700,000, 800,000 a year, have you changed not only their life, but their children, and maybe their children's life?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Why do you talk so much about what we do and so little about what we give? Why don't you just flip that and talk more about what we give? Look at what we gave Collis and look at what they got from us. It's a big difference. So this is what it looked like with all the people on stage at the ALC. Oh, it's kind of blurry. I think that was the wire.
Yeah, that's the point.
So I put this was just in 1 week. This week at the AALC, Collis and Brittany crossed over 700,000. Tanya Poe crossed over 600,000. Tanya Poe recruited. She gave Eric and Amber Davis time and money. She gave Eric and Amber Davis that program, and now Eric and Amber Davis are over 600,000. Columbus and Allison, you guys remember they spoke at the Winston-Salem? They had crossed over 500. He explained his whole life, didn't he? He took the time to show you his family, what he did, what he didn't think, his family, how this all affected. So why do you talk so much about what we do, buy term invested difference, the rule of 72, and you talk so little about what we give? You said, Dave, no, I speak a lot about what, no, you see, it would be reflected in your recruiting numbers if you did. You wouldn't even be double digit, you'd be triple digit recruiting as a regional leader, like Henry Pimentel did as a division leader. I want to bring back triple digit recruiting, which is just having 6 double digit recruiters on your team. You don't get wealthy by double digit recruiting, you get wealthy when you produce double digit recruiters. Whole different mindset, right? So now we got to change it from, instead of you spending an hour talking about what we do, let's talk about what we give. Oh, this is just so you can see a picture of, I don't know if you guys recognize them. Eric and Amber Davis. So Tanya Poe recruited them, right? By recruiting them, what did she do? Courageous. What did she do, Lillian, when she recruited Eric and Amber Davis? She gave them what? She gave them time. So now their income is what? What was it before? Before she gave them the opportunity. Before she gave them the gift. Before Tanya Poe gave them the gift, have you ever heard Eric and Amber Davis talk about their income? What was their income before? Do you know? What was Jackie Ashford's income before? See, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all not paying. Your presentation's a lot different than my presentation. When I'm listening for the before and after story so that I can go tell 10 people the story. Oh yeah, Jackie Ashford, she used to be a social worker making $33,000 a year. Guess what? Guess how much she makes now? $33,000 a month. What? What are you talking about? How is that possible? You need to sit down with me. You need to come out to my office. See, that's what we give. Stop talking so much about the rule of 72 and Bank A, Bank B, and get on the real crusade. What we give. Eric and Amber Davis are now at $60,000 a month. $50,000 is a bad month for them, income. That's what they used to make a year. So why do we talk so much about what we do rather than not talking about what we give? I don't have to go through his story because he went through such a good job of it. That's Columbus Pollard. He spent a couple of hours with us in Winston-Salem talking about, what did he talk about? What Primerica gave him, the gift. Did you hear him talking about buy term investor difference? Did you hear him talking about his mutual funds? His term insurance plan? How much money he saved on car insurance? So why do you talk so much about that?
Yeah.
What was he talking about? How his life changed. Man, they gave me more time with my dad, he said. They gave me more. They gave me more. Now look at the houses and the right? It's what we give. We give people. Oh, who's that? Anybody know who that is? Sapase.
Yeah, it's Tesla tonight.
Tesla Sanat. What's his income now, Gary?
Did he
400,000.
did he
What
cross
was
400
making
already?
before? He was only in the country a couple of years. He's like, oh, you guys crazy? I just came to the country and I'm already at 400,000. Because that's what Primerica gives. We talk way too much about what we do. We got to talk about more about what we give. We got to get that in our heart, in our spirit. You want to get recruiting up, recruiting is everything. You need to talk more about what we give. Unless you just want to be a self-employed financial analyst, then you talk about the burgers and the fries and how they're made. You'll get more of that. Okay, I think we're down to the last. These are just, by the way, every single one of these people I just showed you is going to be at the AALC. And I'm going to personally introduce you to them. Because I want more than anything for you to hear where they were before, where they are now, and how they got there. Anybody recognize those people? Because I'm showing you the pictures so that when you see them, you can say, man, yeah, David was telling us about you, and you're not lying. We were just talking about you. We were just talking about you on Saturday. We were just talking about you on Friday, I mean. Right? Anybody recognize who those people are? Yes. Ding, ding, ding. Got it. Who is it? But tell me the story. See how? See. Okay. She was an engineer.
And that.
And her husband was doing either working for as in law enforcement.
Hold on a second. There's a story. Say it again, Des, because we had a couple people talking at the same time. Say it again. And before you knew it, she was on the ALC. She was at 200,000. I think it was like 24 months later or something like that. You know? So what did Collis give her? Huh? So Cleo, why do we talk so much about what we do and so little about what we give? And I'm proving it right now because a lot of people don't know these. This is what I'm saying. It's like you get on these calls and you're not even looking at it the right way. I'm looking at it for one, before and after. Just like a commercial. If your neighbor, right, if all of a sudden, let's say you were going to get on a program to lose weight. Let's say that was your goal, right? And your neighbor all of a sudden lost 30 pounds. How quickly would you, what did you do? What did you do? How'd you do that, right? Mm-hmm. Why? Because you know the before and after. It's the same thing. It's like, look at the before and after. Engineer, whatever, now, and she only got in because her husband lost his job. They needed extra income. They saw a chance to make an extra $30,000, $40,000, and is now a $300,000 earner, full ownership. Anybody recognize these people? I want you to see these people at the, see, it's not just an AALC meeting. Oh, yeah, there's a, no. No, it's where you're gonna meet these people. You're gonna hear from these people. They're gonna be doing the training. And you think it's something different. It's, to me, it's nothing more than getting a bunch of people to the AALC, and then getting a bunch of people to the Indian Convention, and then getting a bunch of people to the next Winston-Salem, and getting a bunch of people, and then, hey, challenging them to get on the AALC themselves. $200,000 in income is the minimum wage to be on the AALC. Can anybody tell me why the Genestons are now at $800,000 in income, and he used to be a taxi driver? Wait a minute. Hold on. He was a taxi driver? No, for real?
Yeah.
Making what, $25,000 a year? And now he makes what?
His wife worked at CVS.
Why don't we talk about that? We talk so much about the rule of 72 in Bank A, Bank B, and we're passionate about that. Why don't we talk? Whoa! Why don't we talk about that? He's now at how much?
800.
How did he get to 800,000? Giving people time and money. Freedom is what he gave to Tesla and other people. I don't know all the people he has on his team making $20,000 extra, $40,000 extra, $100,000, right? I know Tesla. But that's how you write. You see what I mean? So this is what I'm saying, Eric. We got caught up somehow on what we do. And that's what we've been talking about. So as a result, our recruiting hasn't exploded to triple digits when it should have. Based on what we give, there should be a lot of people making, okay? Now here's a couple that you heard on, well, at least you heard from, anybody know who that is? I don't want to give away his name. Okay, Eugene Lazar, you guys know. He spoke on the call last night. Did you hear what he said?
Eugene Lazard.
What did he say?
He said that he's been in the company, what, 18 months? Not even. And how much is he? He was $100,000 within the first, what, 12 months before that?
So, wait, hold on. So 18 months ago, he put in his IBA. Collis gave him a gift. Hey, you could have the same freedom I have. Freedom of time and freedom of money. Okay, sounds good. And that was 18 months ago. 18 months ago, he was working as a, anybody know? Chief of police for Health and Hospital Corporation, right?
Virginia?
Chief
Louisiana.
of police. Nobody, come on, nobody, chief of police? Nobody's gonna leave that, right? I mean, he's made it, right? Chief of police? I mean, right? I mean, wow. What made him quit and come full time? Anybody remember? He said he made $5,000 part-time. He says, and then the next month, I think he said he made like 8,000.
At 9,000.
And then he got to 9,000. And at that point, he said, you know what? I don't need no job no more. See, this is the kind of vehicle that you can test drive. You can test drive this. You don't, nobody said you had to quit your job as soon as you make 5,000 a month. You can stay here until you make 8,000, so you can't take it no more.
Yes.
It's like, why am I giving this 50-50 plan with my time and my energy? I could be over here. And now, what is he up to now? What's his income now?
He said 280,
He said
286 over the last 12
To
months.
monthly. What's that? 25,000 a month?
About that, yeah.
So what did Collis give him?
Freedom.
Change your life.
Are you getting the picture? Am I making any headway here?
Yes.
So what if Collis didn't speak to him? Or would have been afraid to speak to him? Or didn't challenge him to be, to get off to a fast start? Give me some feedback.
We kind of doing the same around the same time too. In 18 months. Yeah, so I guess maybe just challenge him to be this.
Okay, so now, anybody here, let me just see if I can bring this up. Hold on. So, give me some feedback, guys. Tell me what's going in your mind. What's in your heart right now? What are you thinking about?